Hey folks, let's take a trip to Portland, Oregon, and let's get there on the Coast Starlight.
I'm here at Oakland Amtrak station, Jack London Square, getting ready to board the Coast Starlight to Portland, Oregon. We'll see what that's like. But as you can see, I'm the only one that has this idea tonight on Saturday night from Oakland. It's supposed to go through the night, and they're serious when they say Starlight. So apparently there's an observation car where we can see whatever we see.
Come on.
The Coast Starlight goes all the way from Los Angeles to Portland. Actually, it goes all the way up to Seattle. Myself, I'm taking it from Oakland because that's the nearest stop to where I live. I opted for the Roomette, which is a tiny room. I mean, you could hardly call it a room. It's about the size of the bed. And one elbow's on the window and the other elbow's on the door, and that's it. It's a roomette. You sleep there, and there's 2 bunks. I use the top bunk for my luggage. Yeah, leaving Oakland, it's kind of a eerie feeling, almost like the feeling that you get when you're sleeping and drifting off into a dream. You never really see the city from this kind of an angle if you never take this train, which, it's not a commuter train, it's a long-distance train left over from really a bygone era. As you can tell by, the accommodations are pretty Spartan. That's your closet there. So maybe you want to iron your clothes or wear something really thin. The hallways are really narrow too, and everything's kind of aluminum and, very heavy-duty Soviet style, not built for comfort for sure. You've got some power outlets there, but you also have no Wi-Fi. And, soon into the journey, you realize there's also no phone reception. So it's a 18-hour trip from Oakland, San Francisco to Portland, most of it just with the elements, whatever you brought with you. But here, during the day, plenty to see out the windows. The best thing about taking one of these long rail journeys is you're actually going where nobody ever goes and walks. Railroad tracks take a straight path through farms and forests alike, and you get to see places where there are no footprints, there are no roads, there are no vehicles, and you get some pretty spectacular views. There's a dining car. You can sort of pretend that you're taking the 20th Century Limited or something back in the 50s or 60s. Sad to say, it's not the same. That spoon there is a cheap plastic spoon plated to look like metal, as is that plate, cheap plastic throwaway plate that looks like china. And the food, pretty much the same. Kind of looks like food, microwaved, definitely not recommended. But you do have these beautiful views out that observation car, which has the windows. And then as you head up north in California, you get to see all this incredible color and these spectacular views of the light gilding the trees and the new snow that's fallen, and with no footsteps in it. There won't be any either because it's so remote. So bring a book for sure. And then you do wind up at a very pleasant, quaint little train station. This is your ticket back to modern civilization and your Airbnb, like this one where I was staying, which I do recommend.
There's no better way to really experience life on the ground in a new town, especially in Portland, where it has like a cottage lifestyle that people live, which is really nice to engage with. Portland is very green. You have all these parks throughout the city and around the outskirts, like Westmoreland Park, this place where you get these birds like the great blue heron that we're looking at. and yet it's a city with some history. As you can see at the Sentinel Hotel, one of the great hotels from the era of the lumber barons.
It's composed of two buildings, the Seward Hotel and what used to be the Elks Temple, and was gradually made the Governor Hotel in 1931. Providence Hotels has released it as the Sentinel after its $6 million renovation. Definitely worth checking out, especially the 3 ballrooms. You can't really talk about Portland without talking about food. Ramen, all kinds of great Asian ramen places, and of course the Waffle window, which is really worth checking out. A window where you can go and order some of the most spectacular waffle creations. The Oregon Museum of Science and Industry is a fun place to hang out, with hands-on science exhibits and auditoriums, including a paleontology lab, an actual submarine, a planetarium, and the giant screen empirical movie theater that plays spectacular documentaries about the natural world, as well as special theatrical movies and events. Portland is a great place for movie lovers. The Hollywood Theater is one of its numerous indie theaters and rep houses and plays an eclectic schedule for the cineast. And its sister business, Movie Madness, is one of the last stalwart video rental stores, which also houses a fantastic museum of movie memorabilia from the golden age of cinema. The Bagdad Theater is one of the great themed movie palaces, and it has a charming restaurant off the lobby where you can have a meal before or after your movie. And of course, Portland is a haven for the second-hand shopper. And book shoppers, aside from numerous used bookstores, there's the gigantic Powell's City of Books, an entire multi-floor city block with a vast selection of books in every category. Not only deep in every category, but also used and out of print as part of their eclectic selection. Definitely a destination whenever I'm in Portland. A great selection of dozens of fantastic cafes dot the streets, and here in the Sellwood neighborhood I found Bertie for great breakfasts, Eggs Benedict and Baja tacos. And the Blue Kangaroo as a great laptop-friendly working environment for the urban nomad in this cozy and eclectic little neighborhood. Next door is another real Portland destination, Cloud Cap Games. Board games, card games, puzzles, all in this whimsical setting. Alex, the owner, will set you up with anything you need for a cozy gaming afternoon. They also have game night and tournaments almost every night. They're a social hub for this cozy little community.